96.
You did what?
Stream. Got it.
What did you say you did from 79?
In 96, I videotaped a lot of weddings and parties here in town, a lot of performers. We started with a reel-to-reel recorder, half-inch tape, and then VHS came out in beta. And then we started transferring everybody's home movies on the videotape.
Oh my
And that's
God.
weird because you watch these lives pass before your eyes. It's weird.
Absolutely. Well, let me do the intro. That way I can take off the glasses. You guys, I know a lot of you don't watch in the moment. You watch afterwards. That's awesome. Thank you so much. If you would please share this with anybody that's home alone or sad or somebody that's been through a lot of trauma. These are the holidays, and the last couple of years haven't been that easy either. So share this to cheer other people up. I have a special guest here today. I'm going to skip past the show intro for Comic Spot and go right to my guest. This is the intro that the two of them concocted for me to say. This next act needs no introduction. Though they gave me this, their parents were on the Gong. Your parents saw them on the Gong show. You've seen them on AGT and Last Comic Standing, all the way from the mother. The worst act you've ever seen. Give it up for Oscar and Bernie. Welcome to Comic Spot.
It's great to be here tonight. I'm sold. I'm happy to be anywhere. Don't look behind the curtains. You'll see this guy's lips move when he hides behind a cigar. All right, all right. Very happy to be here. This is great. I really appreciate what you've done too, Linda. I mean, you interviewed Tommy Chong. You interviewed Kelsey Grammer. I mean, those are two biggies right there. Yeah.
I know.
And now you got me, Bernie. Is this guy next to me? Tell you, forget about him. You always wanted to be a ventriloquist.
I didn't really interview Kelsey and some of them big celebrities by myself. I did it on Animal House Radio. Carlo Bellario gets the big people, the huge talent. He gets rock stars, stuff like that.
That's fantastic. That's really nice. Does he live in LA?
No, he lives in New Jersey.
Jersey, eh?
Yeah.
We won't go there. No, I met great people from Jersey, actually. Tommy DeVito of the Four Seasons. He was here in town for many years, yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I did some video work for him with their video production company. We started in '79, videotaping weddings, receptions, but no honeymoons. Yeah, that's his excuse. If we would have been doing honeymoons, we would have made some money. All right, all right.
I loved it when Vegas had Four Seasons.
Oh, I saw BB King in '75.
No way. Here?
Yeah, sitting backstage. Yeah, it was phenomenal. And then when he had his health problems, his oldest daughter resided from Chicago, Shirley King, and she can sing. And we were performing at a place called Coffee Tea or Me over here in Sahara. And she said to Sandy and I, well, we all look about the same age, and slid over next to us. And I helped her driving around town. And at one point she goes, how come you helping me? I go, I gotta tell you. I go, years ago, BB comped us into the show. We're sitting backstage. I mean, it was just phenomenal. I mean, you're a young guy. It's like 1975, and being out with everybody like that. It was a lot of fun. Vegas was a fun place back in the day. I mean, if you knew people, I mean, I was lucky. I got to see Freddie Prinze open for Shirley MacLaine New Year's Eve at Caesar's Palace. I was 21, he was 21. And then 3 months later, he was gone. I met Sam Kinison when he was 38, and I was 38. 3 months later, he was gone. I'm 69, Dan.
What is it
well,
with
I gotta
you?
tell you, this is the punchline, damn it. I'm 69, Dan Aykroyd's 69. Do you think he takes my calls? Hell no.
You know, tell us all the celebrities you've known and things you've done with them. You have connections.
Well, it's just, it's like you have a dream. I mean, that's why Bernie is Bernie. It's after George Burns. I mean, I gotta have been a Groucho bird. You know, anybody can do Groucho. He's all over the pickles, all over the place. But George Burns, let me tell you about George Burns. George Burns. I went sailing in the Caesar's Palace. He's sitting there in an orange robe. He's drinking a martini, smoking a cigar. He's 95 years old. I'm like 36 years old. I go dropping on my knees. I take his hands. I say, God bless you, George. Thanks for seeing me. That's all right, kid. Get up. What are you doing here? So I pull out my picture of me and Bertie signed to George Burns. I hand it to him. I have a newspaper article that I saved of him for several years because I knew someday I'd meet him. And he signed it for me, you know, and he says to me, do a little bit. And I go, I'm very happy to be here tonight. I'm so old. I'm happy to be anywhere. That was a standard line. He goes, I got to tell you, kid, I flopped in show business for 20 years before I made it. I go, George, that makes me feel good. He looks at me shocked. He goes, why is that? I go, because I flopped for 10. I'm halfway there.
I'm such a fan of George Burns and Gracie Allen. I've always wanted to go on stage and have somebody be my George and me be their Gracie.
It was great. I started out doing act in the late 70s called the Ain't Brothers because we ain't related. And we got out there and did impressions together. And then these two guys, Roger and Roger, show up in Vegas, opening for Diana Ross, blew us out of the water. I mean, we thought, like, you know, and they're doing, oh, nice stifle yourself, Dave, you know, and they're singing, doing All in the Family and everything. And these guys were like 5 years older than us. And they went to the University of Tennessee together. They were very, very talented, Roger and Roger. Roger Bear and Roger Peltz, rest in peace, brothers. He pulled out a wad of money out of his wallet. You know, I hear you Ain't Brothers are pretty funny. We'll buy your act. They go, hey, we're going to be as big and famous as you, man. I ain't selling our act. I should have sold them right there. Here, take what you got and I'll write more. But my partner, he went on and got a master's degree and got involved teaching math in high school. And I was done. I didn't have a partner. And I had this battery operated parrot hanging when I was a kid. My parents got me. And that's where the feet come from and his wings. That was like a battery operated thing. The head's packed from Axtell puppets. And I did all the other stuff on them, the feathers and all. And did the tux, had a lady do that, you know. And so there you go. And that makes Bernie, and he's made out of a PVC pipe, actually a sewer pipe. So if the ant's in the toilet, you know where it came from. I mean, what can I tell you? But anyways, it's been a lot of fun. First time I got on stage was in 1976 with Sandy Zimmerman here in town at Rancho High. And here's me, a macho guy in 1976. I won a pink ribbon, you know. I'll tell you, what is this, you know? So anyways, you know, that was the start of it all. And doing jokes like, the parents would open up the refrigerator door, the light would come on, I'd do 5 minutes. So I was curious, you know, if the light would go off when you close the door. So one day I take everything out of the refrigerator and I climb inside. And thank God, Mom said, if it wasn't for the milkman, you wouldn't be here today. But I didn't know what she meant. We moved 29 miles down the road and we got the same milkman. Well, Mom always said he brought the best cream home. So what are you going to do? So then back in 72, I went to a community college outside Cleveland. That was an old VA hospital that was converted into a college. And all my fraternity brothers returned Vietnam vets. And the Rathskeller, the bar where the coldest beer was because it was the old whatever, you know, and it was crazy. I mean, these guys were nuts. It was a lot of fun. And for a homecoming, most schools would have a band. We had George Carlin. So Carlin shows up. My fraternity brothers and I partied him up. He gets on stage. Oh, wow, man, they got cottonmouth, you know. So then George does his act. I tell my cousin about it. She's married to a guy that grew up with Carlin. Now, I moved to Vegas in 73, and they tell me when I go back to visit, they go, listen, you get around Carlin, you better drop my name. So in 75, George is at the Aladdin Theater. All my carpenter buddies are going to go see him. They're all sitting around, you know, partying it up and going to go see Carlin. And I tell them what I just told you. They go, well, there's a phone. Pick it up and call him. So I pick up and call. I get through to George using the guy's name. I go, Bob Campus. I got to talk to George. He gets on the phone. Hey, Bobby, how you doing? I go, it ain't Bob, but he told me I could use his name. He goes, hey, kid, what are you doing? I go, I want to see your show. I love you. He goes, he count me and the wife a couple tickets and said, I want to meet you backstage afterwards. So we get backstage with George Carlin. He tells me, what are you doing, kid? I go, I'm class clown, man. I want to do what you're doing. It's just something I got to do. And he says, listen, the first time I got off stage, he offered me $300 to do an album.
Wow.
In the very beginning. Yeah.
So you did an album with him?
Pardon me?
He offered you $300 to do
No,
what?
he was offered $300 the first time he got off stage.
Oh.
That's what he's telling me. And he goes, kid, you better go for it.
Oh.
Yeah, all the greats tell you to go for it. They never say, go back to parking cars or whatever, It's always be very positive. I mean, Drew Carey was sleeping on Paul R. Brown's couch here in town. And I'm barking a big six wheel at the Treasury Hotel as Vegas's first dealer tainer, getting on TV with George Carlin. And there's Drew wanting to know who the heck I am, comes over to my house. And he's looking at this picture that I got over there with my Cleveland memorabilia. And I'm telling him, here's the greatest comic I ever knew. My old man, Scorpio Marine. I go, we would have won the war in a couple of weeks. Get a dozen of them guys together in World War II. And Drew starts laughing, but he's laughing a little too long. He's staring a little too long. You can see wheels moving behind his kid's ears, And I'm big time making $100 a day on a big six wheel, barking the game, spinning around. They let me wear Richard Nixon masks, and people walking through the front door of the casino. One night, Robert Conrad standing there looking at me, watching. He's like ready to slap that battery off his shoulder, Back in the day. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I walked into the casino. I said, I'm nuts. Let me deal that game over there. Get out of here, kid. Get out of here. But my wife was working as a hostess in the restaurant, so I'm in and out of there all the time. I kept bugging them. They said, can you cut the chips? I go, what the hell? I can cut the cheese. What are you talking about? So they get the chips and they go, this is what you got to do. You got to put 5 of them together, and put 10 of them together, put 20 of them together, and make it go fast. They go, okay, I'll go home and practice that, So I learn how to do it. I go in there and they go, get the kid a shot. So I go over there and start barking the game, calling people over. People would walk in. Ichi, ni, go, ju, tuju, anju, tora, tora, tora. Uno gana uno, uno gana dos, uno gana cinco, uno gana diez. Oh, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Ichi, ni, go, ju, tuju, anju,
Where
crazy.
in the world did you grow?
Eins and Eins. Yeah, that was it. Eins and Eins. For her pastor at the old Treasury Hotel, which became the Oyo. And behind me was Steve and Steve. Steve Altman and Steve Briggs. Steve Briggs' uncle. Yeah, baby. And back in the day, because I'm the comic accountant, I were doing their tax returns. And they sold a sign to Jose Feliciano when he first went with Motown and made some bucks. Yeah. This town was wild. Paul Anka would come in late at night. Right across the street was the Trop. He had the Jimmy the Greek had his offices up there, and the golf course was behind there, and everybody had grass in front of the casinos. And there's flowers everywhere. A lot of place stinks. Easy.
Did you ever meet Elvis?
Once in a while. Yeah. Pardon me?
Did you ever meet Elvis?
No, I never did. I got a picture over there on the wall, though, of original pictures taken by my son-in-law's mother, who's since passed. She was in Cleveland and saw Elvis live, and pictures are over there with the copy of the newspaper the day Elvis passed, hanging on the wall with those pictures. Whew. And we were driving. Oh, come on, get it together. We were driving up the Tropicana Avenue, heading to the old Treasury Hotel when Elvis died.
Oh, wow. That was something else.
Well, I worked with Roger many 6 years. Roger is Elvis's personal bodyguard. I worked with him at the Flamingo Valet. Met a lot of people over there, coming in and out of the valet over there. And I was surprised back in '93 when Trump got out of the limo and he just stood there and watched everything. And he looked at me. I was about 8 feet away because I'm handing out the tickets in the valet, and I'm such an egotist. I'm thinking, freaking Donald Trump's looking at me. Does he recognize me from Gong shows? Who the hell remembers you? They remember me. So anyways, Trump stood there for about a good minute, just looking at everything, the building and everything. He's very observant. And this is the thing I've learned in life. Most people see the switch on the wall. It's smart people to see the wires behind the switch.
Whoa.
I'll just leave you with that. That's my little saying. Yeah, like you're smart enough. If you had an original idea, it would be a lonely one.
Tell us about you being on Last Comic Standing and AGT. I want to hear it from your mouth.
Well, here's the thing. We were on the year Terry Fader was, and I went down there and I said, hey, the bird does some singing impressions. Well, hello, Polly. Well, hello, Polly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. Oh, they wants a white girl. All right, stop it. So anyways, yeah, that's the kind of stuff we do. And they go, and I said to him, when he sings, and he got shocked. They go, oh, no, we can't have anybody singing. And I'm thinking to myself as an accountant, what the frick are you trying to tell me? Either BMI or ASCAP's collecting the money for this stuff. Well, they had Terry Fader. But the year Terry Fader won every commercial, that year you saw Bernie. When they were telling you to watch AGT this week. And we were on, this is what happened. All the action was behind the scenes. It was when Jerry Springer backstage, when we come walking up, he goes, what are you doing here, kid? I'm here for the 3 X's. What do you mean the 3 X's? Maybe he comes down here, I want to be famous. And I said, hey, listen, Jerry, I got to tell you something, man. We're the most gonged dad from the Gong Show. The 3 X's will be the comedy trifecta of our career. So he cracks up and he starts yelling for the cameraman. Get the camera over here. This guy don't want to win the $1 million. So next thing you know, here comes the cameraman. They're over there and he says to me, he goes, how long are you going to last out there? I go, give me 10 seconds. He goes, I give you 5. So now the cigar falls out of Bernie's mouth. Jerry Springer's bending over in front of me. I go, Jerry, you don't have to do that. Really? He goes, no, let me. You know, I mean, he was such a cool dude. So now I go walking out, and it's the day that David Hasselhoff, the night before, was shown on national TV eating that cheeseburger drunk, filmed by his daughter. You remember that?
Yes.
Boy, was that a buzz that day. Those people, or the set was a buzz. So I come walking out, and the first thing I say, LaGrange High rocks. He starts laughing. Finally had something to laugh at. Pierce and Sharon are looking at him, and he's laughing and go, what's that all about? And he's going, that's my high school. Now, I wanted to juice in the judges a little bit. My mom went to LaGrange High about 20 years before David was there. So I figured, okay, I'm going to throw that out there because I got a lot of inside knowledge of what's happening here. So now Pierce goes, who are you? I go, I'm Oscar. The cigar's in my pocket, right? And Bernie goes, and I'm Bernie. And Pierce goes, well, you're moving your lips. And I go, so? Now he gets pissed. He goes, well, you're moving your lips. I go, what's the matter? They don't do that in England? It's really bad. He goes, but you're moving your lips. And I go, because I'm the anti-ventriloquist. And he goes, all right, go over there and do your act. Well, that 20 feet from the one mic to where his perch was, in the mic where the audience, the TV audience sees your act, I knew I'm in the toilet. This crowd has been so soured, where at least with the Gong Show, the door opened up, the curtain opened up, and boom, you're fresh to the audience. So I make my 20 steps of shame to the mic stand after being berated by Pierce. And I said, Bernie, you're on America's Got Talent. And Bernie goes, and I pull out the cigar, and America, you got the bird. The place goes nuts. Boom, boom, boom. The 3 X's come yelling. I go, thank you. Now I'm wondering how the hell they added this. I get off stage, the associate director says, that Pierce, a big an a-hole off stage he is on. So we're glad you burned them. You know? So now I'm thinking, oh my God, how are they gonna go ahead and how are they gonna edit this stuff together? So the next thing, we watch it on the TV, and son of a gun, they show Bernie saying, America, you got the bird. It cuts to Pierce. He goes, well, that's the most ridiculous ventriloquist act I ever saw. And then it cuts back to me going, thank you. And off the stage I go. And then when I finally see the show, they got Terry Fader on there. And the guy's phenomenal. And they're saying when the show starts that we're live from New York City and we're in LA. So everything's fake as far as I'm concerned, including this guy. He's totally nuts. Hey, listen to you. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have an act. I could be working with Barney. Jeff Dunham, please give me a call. Yeah, well, you think you're Triumph the Insult Dog, don't you? Oh yeah, where is he? Fix his nut looking ass. Why that ball breath bastard stole my act and my cigar. I'm gonna swoop and poop on him. And I said that to Alonzo Bolden on the Tonight Show when he was doing an interview for Jay Leno. And he goes, man, you can't say that on national TV. And Bernie goes, and I'm gonna swoop and poop on you. And the next thing I know, what happened? It sounds like the set went to hell. And the next thing I know, they're playing music over everything Bernie said. Couldn't hear a word he said. You hear this crazy music going on. He's going, wait. That was our extent of being on the Tonight Show.
Talk to me about the Gong Show.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. I did 3 of them. We did 2 at Bernie. See, what happened was the original Gong Show with Chuck Barris. We went down there as the Ain't Brothers, an audition. A week later, Rip Taylor's doing our joke on Norm Crosby's Comedy Store.
What?
I would do Walter Cronkite. Newly elected Polish Pope George Ringo. Whoops, I mean John Paul is a newly elected Polish Pope. Because of this, the Iron Curtain's been lifted in Poland. Now we see the cousin of the unknown comic. Why, it's the Polish unknown comic. And then my partner come running out with a bag over his head and a circle cut out so you can see his face. Right. So these crazy bums down at the Gong Show, they say, hey, listen, we'll see you later. You're going to hear from us. Everybody's going to hear from us. Now, a week later, I'm turning the channel, and there's Rip Taylor doing our joke on Norm Crosby's thing, throwing a bag over his head and doing it. Took me 14 years to get even. I'm working valet at the Flamingo. Who pulls in? Rip Taylor. He's driving a white Lincoln. The license plate's confetti. The guys in the valet booth go, hey, Johnny, Rip Taylor's here. I go, where is he? They go, oh, my God, what's going on? I go, watch this, guys. Come on. We all go walking out there, and I say, hey, Rip, do you remember doing a joke, the Polish unknown comic? He goes, oh, my God, how do you remember that? That was years ago. I said, because I wrote it. And he goes, oh. He goes, the writers gave it to me. The writers gave it to me. I said, you know what? I figured either that or that's why they call you Rip. Everybody in the place cracked up laughing, and after 14 years, I finally got even. Hey, I got to get going. Bernie just lost part of his foot, and my books just fell. But before I go, I want to mention a couple things. One is today, because my daddy was a Marine, I was able to set up a bank account and a savings account real easy over here at Navy Federal. So that was really cool. So I was able to go over there. I guess they got a couple of them here in Las Vegas, and the one was over there on Decatur near doggone it, 95. It was a little bit of a drive from my place. I got there 5 minutes before they closed, and they took care of me wonderfully. I mean, they stayed open extra long and everything else. I want to recommend to those people that have kids that might be going through a hospital stay or through rehab. We wrote this book a few years ago. It's illustrated really nice. It's called The Handy Cats. You can get it for under $10 for family members, kids, wherever you want to go with it. We certainly appreciate it. I drop off them at the kids' hospitals here in town and also Shriners and St. Jude's. And we pay 10% of our profit to them. Now, I also want to recommend this book, War in Vietnam, Its Own Self. I personally knew the man, James E. Parker Jr., who wrote this book. He was CIA. I'll get choked up. He was a great guy. Oh, man. Come on. Stay composed. Okay. But really a good guy. God bless him. Rest his soul. As Vegas comic accountant since 1975, I got to be honest with you guys. I get told a lot of stuff. Man. A lot of stuff. And right now, pray for our country. And God bless our troops. And keep doing your 22 push-ups every day for everybody. And thank you. Power went out.
I love you. You're the most amazing. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing a part of your life. Please come back and say some more stories. It froze up, so I'm going to go. Thank you so much. That was Oscar and Bernie. Thanks for watching, everybody.